Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Levi Clay, and today I'm going to get to talk to you about the Telecaster, more specifically Fender's Telecaster, because as I have featured in the past, the Telecaster is my favourite guitar. I absolutely love the Telecaster, and despite many people totally missing the point of that video, it's not me bashing on the Telecaster, it genuinely is my favourite guitar. I love the Telecaster, and I love the Telecaster because it is a simple instrument. It's very to the point. Everything that came after the Telecaster is an attempt to improve upon the design of the Telecaster, but I love the fact that the Telecaster is to the point. It is bare bones, basic body, basic neck, bolt them together, get all of that shit out of the way, and just play music. So the attitude of a Telecaster it speaks to me. So today I'm seeing a lot of people, a lot of purists, getting really upset that Fender have done something new with the Telecaster. Fender have released the American Acoustasonic, I believe, Acoustasonic Telecaster. I'm reading it right, but it doesn't sound right. Acoustasonic. The Acoustasonic Telecaster. We'll take a look at it in a second. The reason I thought it'd be fun to talk about is because, man, this has really upset some purists, and I don't really understand why. So let's take a look at the thing. Yeah, that's it, the Acoustasonic Telecaster. In all honesty, it doesn't grab me. I don't look at that and go, I need to have one of those. I look at it and say, well, that's a nice idea. Fender, of course, have in the past released acoustic versions of the Stratocaster, but this one is a top tier, made in California, player's guitar. This is designed for a professional by the looks of things, by the looks of the specs. So I believe, in all honesty, I feel it looks quite cool. Sure, it's not, a straight Telecaster. They've gone for the Kiesel bevel. I say that in jest, of course. But, Kiesel well known for that bevel at the moment, and anyone that seems to do that, everybody lays claim to it being Kiesel's design. So that's kind of cool. It gives you this option, actually. There are some other colour variants that you can get this in, and that way it's always offset against this sort of... It's strange because you look at it and think of it, I guess, as being a sort of natural binding, whereas in reality it's not really bound. That really is just the wood of the guitar, and then there's a laminate top, I assume, a decorative laminate top. So, it's stylized. That will appeal to some people and it won't appeal to others. And actually, when you look up at the headstock, the thing that I thought was kind of cool is it looks to me like, that signature, the Fender logo is sort of laser engraved rather than being printed on. But when I'm up here, my main gripe with this guitar sort of becomes apparent. You can see that these are brass strings, right? These are acoustic strings. So that immediately tells me that this guitar really is an acoustic guitar stylized to look like an electric. And that's really, for me, the only criticism that I can really have of that. Well, there is another. We'll get to the other one. The only real criticism I can have is that this really is an acoustic guitar designed to be played plugged in. Oh, that's a shame. I wish that I could get, an acoustic version of a Telecaster. I don't know how that works. You get a thin line, but it's not the same thing. I'm looking forward to giving one of these a go because, if it sounds like an acoustic and you can plug it in, then that's all cool. So by the looks of things, reading through the specs, it comes with this Fender, do they call it the Acoustasonic pickup? We will take a look at what they call that in a second. I don't want to move away from this page right now because, there's a surprise coming. But yeah, the Acoustasonic pickup, I assume, acoustic bridge with the tail pins in there, volume, tone selectors, etc. And the idea being that you can blend between the Acoustasonic pickup and the internal pickup. So that still gives you the option for, percussive stuff on the top of the guitar. Really, in all honesty, hats off to Fender. Hats off to you guys for at least trying to do something new. And you're doing it in a cool way, not in the way that Gibson tries to do new things. This, to me, this is cool. If you want to get an acoustic and you love the Telecaster, maybe this is the option for you. So, what is my criticism of this? Because, all in all, not that offensive. Oh, well, I kind of mentioned it earlier. I said it's made in California, right? And when something's made in California, there's something that always goes with something being made in California, right? And that is, oh, look at the price. Look at the price. £1,800. That is not cheap. That is way too expensive. Now, sure, the guitar might cost a lot of money to manufacture one of these, especially in California, and you're trying to make some money on, make up your losses that you've put into R&D. But at £1,800, this is not an impulse buy. This is not something that somebody just goes, you know what, I'm going to give one of those a try. That's a lot of money. It's kind of like the Godin, the Gypsy Jazz multi-act that they do. I'm dying to buy one of those, but it's also £1,800, and that is a lot of money. And music is what I do for a living, so I can justify spending a lot of money on instruments, but a guitar that I'm just messing around on, this kind of looks the same to me. It's, if you're an acoustic guitar player, you're probably going to buy an acoustic guitar. If you're a serious acoustic guitar player, you're going to spend a lot more than £1,800, or if your budget is £1,800, you're going to spend £1,800 on top of the line acoustic guitar, right? You're not going to punt that sort of money on something that ultimately breaks from the tradition of what you'd expect. I can't attest for how this thing sounds fully. There's a few clips, and we'll take a look at some of them in a second. But is it going to sound like a Martin with a microphone in front of it? Probably not, right? Even if it does have acoustic strings on it, that's not enough. Even when you put it in some of the other colours, the black doesn't really do anything for me. What's this? The natural. I always have the same issue with these. All right, I look at these I just look at the piece of wood that they have on the neck, and I'm like, what are you thinking? That was the most photogenic one? Is it the same problem on the green one? Yeah. So the green finish, not the worst, but that piece of wood that you have on the neck there, like, they're not all going to look like that. Obviously, that's, a specific piece of wood. Pieces of wood all look different. So for that to be the one that you've chosen to photograph, especially when under fingerboard material, it's telling me that's ebony. And that doesn't look like ebony to me. If it is, it's an odd piece of ebony. And then finally the Sonic Grey. So yeah, all in all, stop being such purists. It's not hugely offensive. It's kind of cool that Fender are doing something different. And if you don't like it, don't buy it. It's not rocket science, is it? There's no need to get upset about Fender doing something different, something new. Let's just listen to some of the clips of it being played. There's a nice little appearance from Daniel Donato, which is always nice. Daniel's a great player, of course. So showcasing some of the acoustic, percussive elements. And to be fair, that really does sound not like an electric, you know what I mean? And not the most offensive sound there, actually. The jangly sounds, not really my cup of tea. But then we get Mr. Daniel Donato. Still doesn't sound like a Telecaster though, right? The thing I found interesting actually watching him play that is you can see the piece of wood that he has on the neck of his. That one is a much better cut of wood, but you've still got that streak running up the high end of the strings there. And when we look at the version that they decided to go with, that's just a nasty piece of wood. So yeah, all in all, not the most offensive thing. Guys, don't get so upset when people make guitars that you don't like. People are getting upset about my videos where I'm talking about the ESP stuff. It's cool. Like, I'm not telling you things are bad. I'm saying this doesn't appeal to me. This Telecaster, all in all, yeah. Am I interested in getting one? Probably not. Would I give one a try in a guitar shop? Yeah, absolutely. It's not offensive. Is that enough for you to go and buy one? Who knows? Let's find out. Let's see what happens. Anyway, huge thank you to these people over here, supporters on Patreon. They allow me to keep bringing videos like this to you. So, yeah, say thank you to those guys. They rock. You guys rock. Or country, or folk. You guys folk, yeah. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, click here to check me out on Patreon. Subscribe to my channel by clicking this button down here, and check out 2 more of my videos here and here. Thank you so much for all of the support, guys. It really does mean the world to me. And yeah, any comments, questions, concerns, hit me up in that comment section. I'm always reading. Much love, and I will see you for another video soon. Bye.